Hello YouTubers, welcome back. The project I'm going to do for you this week is this. I was out with my dog, and whenever I'm out I normally take a folding saw with me, just for such occasions. Because this big branch had come down, as you can see, right the way down through there. It's got that quite fantastic grain pattern running down through. The branch had come down, it split right the way down through there, exposing all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn a bowl in the middle of there, and I'm going to try and keep some of this on, keep this on, and a little bit of this on, so I leave all that lovely grain pattern through there. So the first thing I need to do is take it on the bandsaw, trim up some of these odd lengths, and then just fit a faceplate into the middle, and then we can start turning the bowl at the back. So first off, let's trim that away, so we don't want that much wood on there. Let me trim that one off as well. I just need to trim that one away as well. Right, just going to put the faceplate on. So I found pretty much what I think is the centre of the wood, and I've just put my piece of wood on there. I'll drop that over, and then screw this in. So that's the faceplate mounted. I'll just put that in my drawers. That goes on expansion mode, and then that's held nice and secure. So this is going to be the bottom of our bowl. Let's turn some wood. So I'm going to start that at quite a slow speed, just to make sure it don't bounce about at all. So they're nice and firm. I'm sharpening the tools, they're ready to go. Now I would like to keep that bark on, but I see that's peeling away from there already. That's the bottom of our bowl. So what I'm doing now is just shaping the bottom of the bowl. I'm just using a series of draw strokes, draw cuts, just across the bottom, just to give me the shape of the bottom of the bowl and to take down the outer edge to a more manageable level, or more manageable thickness. So what I'm doing now, I'm going in with my pencil and I'm just marking inside of all of the points where my bowl needs to go. Obviously where the
branches with the V's and within the branches, my bowl needs to sit inside of there. So what I've done is I've marked it down inside of all of that, and then I'm effectively taking down the thickness, because the 3 branches that stick out will be the rim of my bowl. The problem I have there is where that was cracked away, that is quite thin, and that will govern how thick I make the rim of this bowl. So now, as you can see, I'm just using a series of pull cuts, and I'm just taking down the thickness of those 3 branches, and then just come back. Now I can come in and just shape the bowl. This is what the final shape of the bowl will look like. At this point, it really is just a matter of using your eye, looking at the shape and trying to keep all the proportions the same, because obviously you don't want the tiny little bowl in the middle if you've got a huge great rim, or the 3 branches poking out with the tiny little bowl in the middle. So you just need to be very careful and try and keep it all within proportion of each other.
Now it's only the actual bowl that I can sand while it's spinning. All of this piece all has to be sanded by hand, but that piece there I can sand while the machine is turning. So obviously if I'm sanding that and I come around there, my fingers will want to go in there, and then that's going to come around there, and that's getting my hand pretty hard. I don't want that. I've sanded the actual bowl down now. On these flat bits on here, I've got ripples in there from the tooling. See that one? Don't know if you can see that. So I'm just going to take a couple of clean up cuts across there, and then I'm going to have to sand that all by hand. And that is beech. You see all the little black flecks in there, which is quite characteristic of beech wood. So I'll just clean that up, take those little ridges out there and sand it by hand. Do you know we spend so much time sanding? I don't know why we're called sanders, wood sanders, not wood turners. And that's what we should be called. Now I'm going to put on some sanding sealer. Again, I can only put that wax around the actual bowl bit. This I'll put the wax on by hand, and then I'll have to buff that up on a buffing wheel, but I'll do that at the very end. Well, I've reversed this in the chuck, and this is the side I'm going to put the bowl in. And the problem I have is where that wood had split, this piece in here, because that is going to make that really thin there. Because if you have a look there, the thickness of that wood, there. When I take that down to get rid of that, that's going to be that thick, which is only about 10 mil. So I'm going to have 10 mil all the way around there, which really is a bit on the thin side. Ideally what I would have liked is somewhere around a little bit thinner than that perhaps. Still, let's take it down, see what it looks like. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this away and get rid of that. So I'll take that down and then I need to put my bowl in. So as you can see, I've taken down the 3 branches. And there's just a very small piece there. Where my thumb is, there's just a very small piece through there still left. So I just need to take it down just a little bit thinner and just remove that last piece of the previous cracked wood. As you can see, I've left the 2 rings in the middle, and that is where the actual bowl will be formed. From there, I'm just using some pull cuts just to gradually work my way across and just take that wood away. So I'm quite happy with that outside brim now, with those 3 branches that were poking out. I've taken them down, removed all evidence of where the branch had previously cracked, and now I'm just going to go in and hollow this bowl out. I have to be very careful with this because I don't have a visual reference point like you would when you were turning a normal bowl. You can see how thick the bowl is by how thick the rim is. Here I've got no visual reference point, so I need to be very careful. So as well as being careful about the depth and not going down too far, I need to be very careful with the thickness as well. Put my dividers on there. Let's see, I've got probably about 20 mil thickness there, so I'm going to take that down quite a bit yet. Right, that's down to about 10 mil. I'll take a little bit more yet. Now I can just concentrate on taking the depth out. So that's probably around, it's about 30 mil, and I want to go about 35, so I'll take another couple of clean up cuts in there, and that'll do. Okay, so that's all turned down now. There's a slight lip on there. I'm going to leave that on there. I'll see what that looks like when I've sanded that. I quite like that little raised rim on the bowl. It's about as deep as I want to go on there. A little bit of tear out, so I need to sand this down now. And I've still got a tiny little piece there showing. I really don't want to take that much thinner than that. Okay, so I'll sand that down and I'll get back to you. So my buffing wheel all set up. Just do a bit of speed. I'm just bustle that up by hand. Well, here we go, YouTubers. Another project. A bowl made from, the Americans always call that a crotch. I always used to know that as a knuckle, where that branch forks. They called it a knuckle, but crotch seems to be the word these days. Anyway, turned out I'm really quite pleased with this product. It's very nice, but I have to say I'm quite disappointed in the wood. It was a lovely piece of grain. That's what attracted me to it. It was a lovely colour, real thick grain pattern was running up through this piece here, and it's all just disappeared. But beech is lovely wood to turn. Sands up nice. You get a lovely soft finish off it. Lovely golden colour. So actual projects, as I say, I'm quite pleased with it. But the that beautiful grain deserted me. Don't know where it disappeared to. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that. Maybe give you a little bit of inspiration to go out and do something of your own, very similar to it. So that's another project finished. So as always, I've been Steve Howell. I enjoyed making that. So that is a very good day in my workshop. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.